For this lesson, you will learn the bases Audi, Audit. Please add Audi, Audit to the table of contents in the vocabulary section of your 5-subject notebook. Then turn to the next blank page. Add Audi, Audit as your heading and tape in the graphic organizer. All right, on this screen you see 3 pictures. I want you to think about how these pictures represent the base Audi, Audit. So looking at these pictures, could you figure out a word that starts with Audi or Audit and is in reference to these pictures? If you look at the first one, we have a group of people. Looks like they're in the movies watching a 3D movie. This would be an audience. An audience is a group of people who are listeners. Looking at the next picture, we have an audio cassette. It's an object that is placed in a tape recorder to play sounds. And then finally here, we have an auditorium. An auditorium is a place for an audience to gather and listen to someone speak. You do not have to add these definitions or words to your graphic organizer. You are most likely already familiar with the word audience and auditorium. You may be familiar with an audio cassette. What I now would like for you to do is I'd like you to think of other words that start with Audi or Audit. Go ahead and try to come up with at least 2 words that you can think of. Restart the video once you have done this. So what do you think Audi, Audit means? If you said hear or listen, then you are correct. Please add Audi, Audit and the definition to your graphic organizer. Then draw a picture to help you remember the definition hear, listen. Here is the first word that you need to write down in your graphic organizer. The auditor had to hear from both parties before she could draw a conclusion as to how to split up the lottery winnings. So here we have a person, an auditor, who is hearing from both parties. She also seems to be making some sort of decision on an important topic. An auditor is an individual who is authorized to examine accounts to verify income or other monetary means. It is very close to tax day, April 15th. Oftentimes, people might get audited by an auditor to make sure that their taxes are correct. Again, what the auditor is doing is examining the tax records to make sure that the income or the tax return would be correct. What I'd now like for you to do is I'd like for you to look at this sentence. Can you identify the type of sentence that this is? Do you see a coordinating conjunction? Do you see a subordinating conjunction? If you said that this was a complex sentence, you are correct. Your conjunction is the for, so it follows the IC-DC format. The next word that we're going to look at is audible. You know that audible is to be able to be heard. Please add this to your graphic organizer. If audible means that you are able to hear somebody, what does the word inaudible mean? Inaudible means that you are not able to be heard. Please add this word to your graphic organizer. The only difference between the word audible and inaudible is the prefix in. So based on the definitions, you can infer that the prefix in means not. Can you think of other words that use the prefix in that mean not? For example, if something is incomplete, it is not complete. The next word that you need to add to your graphic organizer is the word auditions. Since I have moved to Los Angeles to pursue my acting career, I have been to 5 auditions in only 2 days, and I feel exhausted. What does auditions mean? Well, we know that the meaning of audit means to hear. An audition means a short performance or the act of hearing to show talents of an actor, musician, or so on. Please add this definition to your graphic organizer. Some of you may have gone through auditions before. What you are doing is you are performing and the judge is hearing your talents. You may be kind of wondering a little more about this word audition. Well, today audition really refers to that tryout, but this was not always the case. Audition is rooted in the Latin verb audire, meaning to hear. Audition was first used in the late 16th century to refer to the power or the sense of hearing. So throughout time, our meaning of the word audition has changed. What I would now like for you to do is I'd like for you to look at this sentence. Can you identify the sentence structure? Do you see a coordinating conjunction? Do you see a subordinating conjunction? You may have recognized the word since as your subordinating conjunction, which follows a DC, IC format. Then you notice the coordinating conjunction and. This, I feel exhausted, is a complete sentence. This then means you have a dependent, independent, and independent clause, which makes the sentence compound complex. So last week you learned the word, the base, locle, loclut. And how does that compare to Audi, audit? Well, what it means is one means that you are able to hear, the other simply means speak.